when people come together who are striving in this way, it's particularly powerful. And that's if it's at work, that's if it's in marriage, that's if it's, you know, in whatever forum. I think that it is counterintuitive to want to help someone who is your competition, but it also is very human. I think too often we take the human face off of business, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And because it is very human to want to help the people. It is very human to want to raise other people up. That doesn't make, you know, us extraordinary. It just makes us human, you know? So when someone raises someone else up, you know, and Pat has certainly done that for me, I don't think that makes Pat extraordinary. I think it makes him human.
Yeah.
And I know he thinks the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I know that if you say to Pat, "Oh, Pat, that's so extraordinary," he'll say, "No, hold on a minute."
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, because he has that sense that this is just who we are.
Now, I think there's one thing I don't know if I'm citing it correctly, but there's this concept called abundance theory, which says, like, you do something good for somebody and more things come back to you.
Yeah.
This is different than that.
Yeah.
Because in that, there's almost a calculated or a
It's a
belief.
quid pro quo on some
Right.
level. Yeah.
Which
is not easy to say.
No, yeah, that's true. Literally. But the truth is, true humility or true generosity is when you give and you don't get anything in return, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
In fact, you have to almost have almost a disdain for getting something in return, because then you feel like you've been compensated for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
interesting.
And so I do believe that give good things. In our business, we talk about give away ideas, and good things will happen. But sometimes you have to give things away knowing that it may never and probably will never benefit you in any way.
Sure.
The benefit is more, it's not calculated. It's just you do it because it's the right thing to do.
Okay, now having said that, if you look at the relationship that you guys have developed over the years, you've gotten something back from Matthew, no doubt.
And I do it in spite of that.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that drives at
Very well
the counterintuitive part for me.
Yeah.
Because the counterintuitive part for me, as I talked about in the foreword, is that as Pat was doing all these great things for me, my intuition is to want to do something for Pat in return, is to want to repay him in some way. Yeah. And I think that the thing that I realized over time was that Pat wasn't doing it for that reason, and my role wasn't to pay Pat back, you know, or to do something, but in my own time to find someone else and to be open to opportunities where I could do for other people what Pat has done for me.
Exactly.